Hello, beautifuls. Welcome back to my Chanel. And welcome to an extra special episode today because I don't know how well this series is going to work on my Chanel. I don't know much about clothes, but my hair looks fierce. She actually needs a haircut, so maybe not. 10 years younger, my lovelies. Okay, so I haven't reacted to one of these episodes for a very, very, very long time, actually. Today's show, 10 years younger, is hosted by Nicky Hambleton Jones of this particularly famous clip.
It's because you're really flat-chested.
It was a lifestyle and makeover reality TV show that aired in the UK in 2005. I've done maybe 3 reactions to this before, but it was such a long time ago, I had my old face. I know.
Yeah, I like this.
Side note, I do feel like this top is a little bit like booby, so if one falls out, be a good friend and tell me. Big titty lady videos on the internet. This show, alongside shows like Gok Wan's How to Look Good. What was it? How to be naked and look good? How to naked. And Trinny and Susanna's What Not to Wear, of course, was the mid-2000s like style guru icon situation on TV in the UK. If you were around then and were actually conscious and not perhaps 3 years old,
a child,
you would have likely have seen this show. It actually went on for ages. I think it went on for like 10 years. I want to say this show. Did it go for 10 years? Maybe 7 years? Something like that. Long time. I don't know what we're going to see today, but we're going to take it all the way back to Series 1, Episode 1, my lovelies. There is an aspect of plastic surgery within the makeover of this show, so I'm sure we'll be able to see some very interesting insights back into mid-2000s fashion. So, cast your minds back to 2005, my lovelies. Grab yourself a beverage. Mine is in a skull today. I have a link to this skull glass in the description box below. It's an affiliate link. Pop your little hanger right into your little, what should we say? Naughty's hole. No. I mean, it works, doesn't it?
No.
And let's watch 10 Years Younger with Nicky Hambleton Jones.
Ooh, scandalous.
In just 10 days. Oh, here she is, yes. Oh, 10 years younger in 10 days. Right, who's this? Who's the lady? Oh, volume.
Every wrinkle tells a story, and in
dear,
Bernie's case,
smoking
it's
and
no fairy
burgers.
tale. Bernie's a single mum who works long hours at a maximum security prison just outside Manchester.
What is this narrator doing? Honestly, could they have gotten any more shots apart from her just like eating a burger? They've clearly gone, oh my God, why don't you go over there and get a burger? It'd be 90p back when this was filmed and we'd just spy at you from a distance with an f1.4 lens, perhaps. Although no, it'll be a zoom lens, won't it? So it'll be like f5.6 perhaps.
Bernie's case, it's no
Bernie.
fairy tale. Bernie's a single mum who works long hours at a maximum security prison just outside Manchester and lives on a diet
Well,
of
she's
junk
hardly going to
food
be like
and
the most
roll-ups.
glamorous woman on the go there, are we? Oh, littering, no say. No say, it's an instant fine now.
Arrest her!
I see my mum. I actually see my mum looking back at me and I thought, no.
Bernie.
Oh, look at her. Look at Nikki. There we go. First episode chic. She's got those tortoiseshell glasses and she's like, oh, the flat-chested. Now, I'm going to interrupt here. I actually don't mind looking in the mirror and seeing my mum look back at me. You know what I mean? I don't mind that. I feel like perhaps that's the thing that's like contested, shall we say. Some people don't like resembling older relatives. I actually don't mind.
Help. To give her some idea of what she's up against, we conducted a perhaps cruel but nonetheless...
Where is that? Where is that? Do we know where that is? That looks familiar. I don't know why, but the straps of this top are like made of like, can you hear this? Like this, and it keeps like tugging on my hair here, and I'm like,
She's dead.
But anyway, right, God, we're only a minute in, Luxeria. Shut up, watch the show.
Idea of what she's up against, we conducted a perhaps cruel but nonetheless enlightening experiment.
Ask how
We
old this
posed
woman is.
Bernie in a crowded Manchester shopping centre and asked 100 people to take a good, hard look and answer a rather indelicate question. How old do you think this woman really is?
Okay, right, well, this is rude. 38?
43.
57.
52.
55.
56.
59.
65, 66.
I think what we can gather from that is that no one has a fucking idea how old people look, do they? Do you know what's really funny? Is a while back on a video, I was mentioning something about being millennial, and someone in my audience was like,
You're not a millennial. Don't talk. Millennials are over 30.
and I was like, sis, I'm in my mid-30s. My next big birthday is 35. Like, okay, make all that noise but move on, sis. Like, did you think I was what, like 21? thank you, but no.
People guessed Bernie's age at anything between 35 and 66, but the average came out at 51.
51, okay.
Nervous?
How do really? Oh, it's VHS!
Well, just remember they're going to be honest, Bernie. Some of it will be good, some of it maybe not so good. But
Right, but
I don't
this
think
is in a
they're
dentist
interviewing.
office?
Well, let's have a look and see, shall we?
Funny that, isn't it? She says, I don't think this will be pleasant viewing, but Nick is like, well, stop thinking about that and let's watch.
I think she's about 65, 66.
Shock television,
but
shame
really
her.
good looking 65, 66-year-old.
Very reaction
43.
content.
She just looks like a mature
Ominous. Found
family
footage.
lady, I'd say.
I like him.
Quite well
Mature
presented, I'd
family
say, as well.
lady.
Yeah.
I'd say about 56, maybe just because of the skin and the big hips. I don't want to be nasty, but that's what I think.
Got great hips. Slap him.
I would say about 55, because my mum's about that age and she's got the same kind of crow's feet at the eyes. That was kind of for me.
about 52, 50.
Look at his beard.
That was-
Look at that. That's, what even is that? What is that?
Transvestite of the bride.
Kind of for me.
about 52, 50.
He's staggered.
46, 47.
Staggered.
Probably.
Higher.
It's not a game show, sis. Calm
She had
down.
a few crow's feet around the eyes. That's all.
You can talk.
Always a given, isn't it? You know, I put her 58.
Oh, it's cool, isn't it?
I think about 54.
59.
They do think I'm in my 50s, don't they?
Has she got a filter on? I feel like she's got a filter
Definitely.
on. I'm just going to interject here and say that a lot of television back in the mid-2000s was very much aimed at like aging is the worst possible thing you can do as a woman. And it's like, do you know what? That was such a toxic mentality that bred so many like ways that we view ourselves in society. I remember when I used to watch this show when it came out, me and my mum would watch it of an evening perhaps, and it would just give me this complex of like, if I ever develop a single wrinkle, I'm practically dead. Actually, I think a life well lived, like on the skin and on the face, is like worth it. I get Botox and filler, not gonna lie, for anti-aging purposes, but I also like range of movement and I like a little bit of like life in my face, you know?
I think I've seen enough.
Bernie, that's the reality of the situation. How does that make you feel?
Very old.
Awful.
But I'm young inside. The age is there. It just staggered me. Completely staggered me.
Well, the average age from our poll puts you at 51.
51.
Tell us your age, Bernie.
I'm only 45.
45.
Wow.
I know.
I'm shocked. I had you over 50 without a question.
I need help.
I'm gonna give you a slap.
Absolutely, I agree with you there.
Right, here we go. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, I forget also, a lot of these shows were like, let's get out the macro lens to really see what's wrong with you. Like, give it a rest, Channel 4.
Losing those extra years is going to take more than a slick of lip gloss and some heated rollers.
Is it,
Skin,
sir?
hair, teeth, makeup,
I
clothes.
don't want anyone
This
to
is
look
no
at me
quick
like... If
fix
you looked at a
DIY
child like this, you'd be
It's
like,
a full
ugh.
renovation.
Right, okay. Was this necessary?
And it's going to take a crack team of
Oh,
dedicated...
look who it isn't. That's that hairdresser, isn't it? He was embroiled in a scandal, wasn't he? He's
Patrick.
a surgeon. Patrick.
Your thoughts?
Patrick Bowler is a Harley Street cosmetic doctor specialising in facial rejuvenation.
Right.
I want you to frown down hard. Show me those
Oh,
muscles.
is he gonna
there.
Botox
okay,
her
and
up?
then raise your eyebrows upwards. Okay.
A lot of lines going on there.
Nicky!
Don't be
Rude. Are you kidding me?
Lines.
Right.
The fat in the face here starts to fall over
Yeah.
and form this fold. And it's very aging here in the corners of the mouth. As
Oh,
you know,
it's
we like
quite
to look
like,
nice and
let's
smile.
all poke at the zoo animal, isn't it? I don't... This is the part about these kinds of shows where they literally almost put you on a pedestal and just sort of poke at you and go, oh, that is quite juicy and disgusting, isn't it? Oh, that bit does wobble around with gay abandon. Peasants. Very unpleasant viewing, but I also can't tear myself away. Am I a glutton for punishment? Am I going to come away from this show thinking, God, maybe I need to look 10 years younger in 10 days? If people think I look 22, though, that would mean I would be 12. So we're not doing that.
A child. No.
Right.
Drooping.
Oh, yes.
Very
All right, a
sad.
facelift.
Well, I can tell that
Take it
she's
to
a
Dr. Kim.
Right.
and smoking is not good for the skin. I
Neither is
also
being
have
alive.
a shrewd suspicion that you don't eat a good diet because that reflects in the skin. I would say that there are things here that have gone on in her life which have contributed to the aging process. She's
Oh my God. Oh my God. What? There are things that have happened in your life that have contributed to the aging process. She's got a BTEC. Oh my God, what do we call that in the industry? Life. Patrick, sit down. I think you need 18
Give us your
kilos of
thoughts,
Botox.
the lowdown.
Hi. Nicky Clark is the hairdresser most of us want for Christmas.
Oh, is there some sort of lesbian hairdresser love?
No.
Is the one most of us want for Christmas. Oh, Christmas.
A bomb de mince. Bomber.
Bernie looks like she's got a good head of hair.
Lovely.
It's not
First
making
compliment of the day. First compliment.
her look older. It's just she's not using her hair to make her look fresher and better and younger. It doesn't help by the fact that this looks like a fringe that has either been badly cut by a hairdresser or you've done it yourself. It's really just a kind of a lump.
Louise.
A lump.
A bomb.
Louise Constad is makeup artist to the stars. Sophie
she?
Ellis Bextor and Kristen Scott Thomas are both fans, and she
met her on
doesn't
Dance
mince her
Week.
words.
Much wider. Your skin, I'm afraid, is really dull, so we've got to lift your skin, which we can do with makeup. And I can see a slight moustache here, so we've got to get rid of that as well. Your eyebrows have gone a little werewolf. Have a look, they get very long, which, you see that? But that immediately hits someone into their 50s to get this.
I'm just going to interject here, my lovelies. As a professional makeup artist of 16 years, I do often feel a little bit like, how can I say this without sounding like a complete tart?
I've never made any secret of the fact that I am a complete tart.
There's something about like makeup artistry land for me that's very much like I want to see the person who is demonstrating it on me or on someone else also take into account their advice. Celebrity makeup artist to the stars, right? Does she have the vibe of a celebrity makeup artist to the stars to you? A faded lipstick with a line across the inner corner, an eyebrow that's only half completed towards the front. We've got a tiny lick of mascara, not a single piece of contouring eyeliner in the waterline. She said she's got dull skin. Well, what about this makeup here says illumination? Absolutely nothing. I feel scathing, girls. Didn't she also say something about crow's feet? I mean, is it really that bad? You have them yourself. 2 for 1, sis.
Little werewolf.
There's nothing wrong with long eyebrows, and good dense eyebrows can be styled into quite amazing sculpture. Right, yeah, you sit on that chest of drawers and think about what you've done.
Hit someone into their 50s to get this.
Yeah, and her teeth as well. I think that's something.
Well, your teeth are very discoloured. So can you smile at me? Yeah. They need...
Definitely need some attention.
Oh, what's a makeup artist going to do about teeth
bleaching?
bleaching?
Thank you.
So, that's saggy skin, neglected hair, and werewolf eyes.
Biscuit, you're being a very farty boy today. You're being a stinky fart boy. Yes, sticky, sticky biscuit boy.
So, that's saggy skin,
So,
neglected
that's it.
hair, and werewolf
Might
eyebrows.
as well go to the
I
electric
haven't
chair.
actually told you how old Bernie is. She's only 45. But the poll...
Oh dear,
We're at
looks like he's going to be
51.
sick.
That means we've got 10 days to make her look 41.
Right, well...
What's the game plan? Patrick?
We'll start off giving her some Botox injections across the forehead here and down the eyes. And also we'll help to raise her eyebrows a little,
Yes.
which
Small
will give
brow
her more
lift.
of an open...
In every one of these shows, a brow lift.
Time for a brow lift.
open-eyed look.
And will she lose all the expression across the top of her face?
That we don't want to paralyse her, no. We want to make her look good, but with some natural movement.
Okay.
you know.
Yes.
Nikki,
That
your
is
plan
the
of
tip.
action.
There's an awful lot of scope there. I mean, certainly the whole area of her colour has not been done to the best. What we'll do is we'll probably use 2 or 3 different shades.
Louise.
Do you know, he's been the nicest so far. I remember he was embroiled in scandal and wasn't seen as very nice towards the end of his, TV show career in the UK. But currently, right here, this hairdresser, Nicky... I keep forgetting his pissing name. Nicky to Dragon. Nicky hairdresser. Am I just going to Google that? Nicky Clark. as I was saying, I'm actually genuinely surprised that he has been the nicest so far. He's framing the way that he approached Bernie as like, these are things we can do to improve your look, rather than being like,
oh, state of that, look at that, oh, yeah, no, oh, no, I wouldn't bother.
Rude televisione.
Eyebrows would be the main difference. As I say, you're going to lift them slightly. By the time I've plucked and reshaped and trimmed, there'll be I mean, that's just going to take, I think, 7 years. I know I'm being really free with my years, but I really believe this is going to go. I'm really confident with her.
Gentle.
10 days to lose 10 years, and this is how Bernie's going to do it.
Right.
She's going to have her hair cut and coloured.
Ooh.
She'll receive expert makeup advice, and work will then start on reinventing her wardrobe.
Do you remember fun fonts in TV shows? Do you remember all that? I wouldn't dare have this now unless it was on a children's television show, would you? No.
Over the hills and far away, Teletubbies come to die.
Cosmetic dentistry should up the wattage on her smile. but
Right,
the structural
who's the
work,
dentist?
really radical stuff, needs to get underway immediately.
Okay, so we're going to have some, they're going to give her veneers, probably.
Day one.
Day one.
Bernie's first stop is Patrick Bowler's Harley Street Clinic.
I've had some work done on Harley Street.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I'm very nervous.
Electric ochre.
It's something I've wanted for a long time.
Right.
And in my eyes, it's just a second chance to start again.
The thing is, although this is on TV and this will probably be gifted to her for like free, I imagine. I don't imagine the TV production company would charge her for having Botox and fillers, but they are an upkeep thing. Like, you do have to have them redone. Fillers less often than Botox. Botox is literally like an every 3 month, 4 month situation, really. Some of us are lucky and can get up to like 6 months. And especially now that there are new Botox treatments on the market that aren't necessarily known as Botox, but more like anti-wrinkle injections, especially some of these new technologies that are coming out of South Korea, which are phenomenal. I have some in myself, my lovelies, but I can still move and have good expression without feeling like I'm weighing my skin down at all.
And then to start looking after my body, my skin, my hair. So I'm more
it's a lot, isn't it, talking like down to someone whilst they're sitting down. Right, oh God.
What sort of number would you give
a
it?
face like that.
I think you're going to do a number 10 on me.
A number 10, okay.
Yeah, number 10.
Viewers of a nervous disposition may wish to look away.
It's all right, girl.
Just turn that way ever so slightly.
Where are we going?
Just a smile for me.
Are we doing the...
Rest assured, though, Patrick has done this many times before. If you're thinking of having Botox injections, it obviously pays to make some stringent checks.
Yes.
Ask for proof that your doctor's properly trained and insured and has plenty of experience with the procedures.
Yes.
First, Patrick opts for 16 Botox injections around Bernie's eyes.
I wonder how many units that is.
I cannot believe I'm having this done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, this was back in the day. This was back in the day where, like, Botox and fillers were still very, like, not taboo, but almost like it's the thing that, like, regular everyday folk do not get and do not do. It was the kind of thing that your mum or your auntie would talk about getting for, like, years and years and years and years and years, but never would for fear of perhaps their social circle being like, she thinks she's someone, look at her, she thinks she's someone. Or something like that. It wasn't easily accessible to like an everyday woman on the game. Whereas nowadays, I feel like it's very common for people to just be like, oh my God, birthday Botox, blah.
So silly.
Which I quite like. I quite like the idea that all these things that used to be seen as like celebrity only are more available. Should we want them? Because when you do something that makes yourself like feel like you look better, you genuinely start to feel better on the inside as well. And I know that's like, that sounds really shallow, but like self-care, preening, grooming, all those sorts of things that you can do to make yourself feel a certain way will absolutely uplift your mood. I mean, just look at nature. Look at birds, for example. They're clearly having a wonderful time, aren't they? Luxeria, stop advocating for Botox on birds.
Do you mean that in a good way?
Oh, most definitely.
A dream come true.
This is the reason why I did not.
Why are you here, Nicky? Interfering.
Botox works by relaxing the muscles in the face, smoothing out the wrinkles.
It does?
It takes about a week to kick in and doesn't last. To maintain the creaseless brow, you'll have to spend £300 every 6 months or so.
Oh, interesting. That's roughly about the same sort of price that it is nowadays, depending on how many areas you get, and depending, of course, who you go to as well. Oh, there we go. All better.
Where are we starting now on the lips?
We're going to start doing the lips first. I'm just going to put a little bit...
filler in the lip filler,
On the
girls.
top of the lip, right?
Okay.
I'm getting a lot of questions at the moment, just to interject here, about my lips. I'm getting some comments being like, have you had anything done to your lips again? Your lips are looking very big, girls. I've had nothing done to my lips in months. I'm just testing out a new set of lip liners, actually. I'm very, very, very pleased with that. But this isn't a Kylie Jenner thing of me being like, oh my God, use this lip liner to get fuller lips. No, I'm just reshaping them slightly using makeup. Magic. Quick scratch.
Smoking is one of the worst crimes you can commit against your skin and shows particularly in the small lines around the mouth. Patrick's remedy? 40 more injections, this time of dermal fillers to pump up those cracks and crevices.
Restylane.
Another 300 quid's worth.
Restylane. Yes, I do think
now I want you to put this cool pack
isn't great for you.
right across there.
Not controversial to say, I hope.
Press it in.
He didn't numb
Brilliant.
her.
Are we done, Patrick?
Not quite, just one more thing.
Toxic. Did you just not have to ever numb anybody with Restylane? I always get a bit of numbing done before I have anything plumped.
Just one more thing, so just remove that.
Oh, is this the reveal?
There, and hold the mirror so that you can see yourself.
She's very swollen,
and here's
though.
your picture.
They will go down, won't they?
They will.
Don't panic. Bernie's trout pout will subside.
And feel strange. Oh my Lord.
Amazing.
Oh, look, unfortunately, I don't know why they've decided to do this. It doesn't make any sense. It's like when clinics that do really good lip filler show you a before and after instantly. Like, no, let them settle and the swelling go down so you can actually see what they look like. Because although your work can be great when it's just done, your work should be judged by healing, realistically. Like, okay, you've left the salon all glamorous and plump and gorgeous, but how is that going to look in 4 weeks when all of the swelling is gone, when you're back in your normal routine? Like, clearly this lady going from nothing, no treatments ever, to like, pow, Restylane filler lips, is clearly going to cause a little bit of like, oh. That's why her first question was, oh my God, they are going to go down, aren't they? I don't think most people want to have the like, the lips. Calm down, Luxeria. Immediately. You need to build into it, you know? I do find it weird that he's then given her a mirror to look at it now, because, like, she's not going to be able to see the Botox results. But also, all she's seeing is lip swelling from the immediate injection of filler. Right, Carluccio, we're back at Carluccio's. I'll have the carbonara.
Bernie's made of stronger stuff.
Ooh. I started to look my age. My friends at work usually come out with Bernie, just slow down, you're looking tired. You know, and I didn't even need them to tell me, Nicky, I knew. You know, I had to look in the mirror and I could see my lines there. I could see the darkness in the skin. I used to be proud of my looks, and that was less than 10 years ago. I was proud of my looks, having big eyes and everything. My teeth were a lot better than what they are. And I've just aged, and it was depressing me.
It just looks like
it is a thing, isn't it? It is a thing.
It's like you need an overhaul.
You need an overhaul. That's a bit
You've got all it takes to look fantastic. So I'm 100% confident that you can do this. We're going to give you everything you need.
Oh, I love this inspirational shot of her ponytail.
But I know you've got it in you. At the end of the day, I might think you look
she's a cinematographer.
But I want you to look amazing.
Sounds lovely.
Right.
Day 3. Bernie's transformation continues with another surgical...
Oh, here she is, Pete Burns.
I want that coat back within the next 2 hours.
Urgent need of a full wardrobe transplant.
Is she? A wardrobe transplant? Okay, calm down,
Right,
sis.
for the last week we focused on getting
windswept?
you looking younger from the neck up. We haven't really
aging
looked
to
at
be
anything
windswept.
From the shoulders down.
Okay,
and to be honest, this is really where most people are going to look.
I'm very conscious of my stomach. It's not a massive stomach, but that's the reason why.
Let's have a look. Can we see?
To me, it's big.
Where? I don't see anything.
It's there. And if I...
Like a lot of 40-something women, Bernie makes the mistake of thinking she can cunningly conceal any lumps and bumps with baggy clothes from neck to ankles.
More dull colours. The two key.
But sometimes you just want a bit of modesty. Do you know what? When I was at my biggest, which wasn't that long ago, it was like 4 years ago. Well, it's probably a bit longer now because time is happening.
Oh, that's terrible. Thank you.
5 years ago, let's say, before I actually undertook my weight loss journey, I was not dressing to be like, oh my God, I'm a style fashion icon. I just wanted to wear comfies. I wanted to wear things that made me feel nicer, you know? Sometimes you just don't want attention and you dress to reflect that.
The two key things of dressing younger is,
the key thing.
A, to really wear more fitted clothes. You know, really show your waist, show your curves. The other thing is colour. I think colour just immediately...
I wouldn't necessarily agree with like wearing like slim fit clothing if you don't want to, but I do think colour is quite de-aging. I will agree with Nikki there. She's got me there, girl. She's got me. Which sounds bizarre because you will never catch me in any colour except black. I swear I break out in hives if I wear colour.
Make someone look more youthful. Want to try a skirt?
Yeah, I've got a skirt.
What length skirt would you like? Would you, if you were to choose, would you go for?
14 miles long.
Another classic mistake. A mini skirt over 40 is too little too late.
Have a look. Goodness. I want to see them. I want to see them. I want to see what we're going to...
Short skirts need sensational pins and can all too easily make you look like Whitney dressed as Britney.
You see, now I think the longer skirt is far more...
Ooh, ageism there. Like, no, if you're over this age, no. I will say, though, I have never really enjoyed a mini skirt. I feel like mini skirts fulfill a role in fashion that I do not go for. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to say it like this. I find it hard to style a mini skirt and make it look expensive. Like, mini skirts are like kind of saucy, you know? Like, you're not wearing a mini skirt to look expensive. You're wearing a mini skirt for other reasons. Wouldn't you say?
Elegant.
Well, I've got socks
elegant.
on, for God's sake.
But I don't think your knees are that flattering in a short skirt.
Unless you're ready to start planning that saga holiday, don't go for jackets that cover your bottom.
Wow.
A jacket should hit the midpoint of your hips and show off your shape.
Really? Should it? Apple bottom jeans?
What? I do look like a 60s reject.
A 60s reject?
Reject.
Can you imagine all the prisoners at Manchester Prison looking at me right now? They'll be having a field day.
Well, this is it, isn't it? We also have to consider her job. She is a prison officer. She's not going to be like, look at my mini skirt and beige red jacket in prison, is she? No, like, grow up.
But I'm not dressing you for the prisoners in Manchester Prison. Luckily, they're behind bars.
How can you say this is style? Look at it.
What I'm getting feeling a little bit frustrated about here is that you think I'm the bad egg and I'm really out to do you. I'm not. I'm trying to help you.
The thing that gets me is that you know what you're talking about. But I cannot be put into something that I don't feel good in.
Of course, absolutely not. We love this, okay?
Yeah.
We find
Ooh, she's a feisty woman, it's Bernie. She's like, listen here, bitch, get behind bars. Love it. I will say, the one mistake all of these shows make that we've never, ever seen anyone try and correct is no one ever asks them what they like. They never say, what's your favourite colour? Have you got an item of clothing that's your absolute favourite? What's your favourite style? Do you have any celebrities that you really like the look of? Like, this is the first thing that I would do as a makeup artist. If someone came into my chair and was like, I don't know what I want. You can do whatever you want, I trust you. I'm like, okay, sis, no, we need some guidelines here. So, who do you like the look of? What's your favourite colour? What do you like to accentuate about your face? Like, why is none of this in any of these shows? She must have a part of her body that she doesn't absolutely despise. And I guess you could reframe that as like, what's your favourite part? What's your favourite feature that you have? And then like build a new style, including the person, rather than being like, oh, you are awful, aren't you? Look at those knees. Oh.
The reason I want you in jeans is because I know where the final poll's going to be, okay? And if I put you in a little skirt and high heels and have you standing in the middle of Oxford Street, it's going to look ridiculous. And people are going to think you are older.
In short skirts, because that's what you're aiming for.
Yes, but I don't think you've got the legs for them.
Do you know, I've completely forgot about my belly.
Well, is that not a good thing?
Oh, yeah.
Is that not something positive that we've done?
Yeah,
you know?
It is.
Bernie needs gently to be eased out of her comfort zones.
Oh, I don't like this. This is the first episode of this like TV show. We're getting feisty already. We're getting like,
no, I don't like your legs. It's not acceptable for you to do.
Like, There's always ways that you can include people at the table instead of shouting at them like, children, girls.
Necessary. And coaxed into something that doesn't look like Cell Block H.
What works, okay?
We love the pun, doesn't it? 10 years younger. Have we got adverts? Is this an advert? We're going to watch an advert? No. 10 years younger. There you go. What a horrible art style. Hate that.
45-year-old Bernie Sharp knew she was no spring chicken, but got the shock of her life when a poll put her estimated age at 51.
Would you ever be like, this 58-year-old man, a spring chicken?
Day 4, and Bernie's going to the dentist.
Oh, okay, dentistry.
Every cigarette,
dentistry,
every
girl.
cup of tea or coffee, every glass of red wine has left its mark on Bernie's teeth.
Right.
A new bright smile will take years off her.
So how are they doing it? Veneers?
There was a thought that teeth whitening might be the answer, but dentist Joe Oliver took one look and shook his head.
Oh no.
Bernie's in for the long haul.
Oh no.
Bernie's teeth are quite bad. It's quite a challenge, but what we'll do is change the existing crowns and we'll place veneers on the existing teeth to make them look brighter, whiter and fresher. I'm hoping to basically take 10 years off the appearance.
Oh, teeth are such luxury bones,
To start with, Joe's going to prise off Bernie's old crowns and give her a sparkling...
Do you know what? Do you know what? The last time that I went to an NHS dentist in the UK, which was many, many, many years ago, I have been to the dentist since, but there's a crisis in the NHS right now about funding for dentistry. I live in London, and I cannot for the life of me join an NHS dentist as an NHS patient. There is just no space anywhere. The last time I went to a dentist that was on the NHS, they were like, oh my gosh, why haven't you come for your appointments? Why haven't you been seen? And I had to frankly say to them, no one has the time, no one has the space. And it almost felt like I was being shamed by a dentist for not being able to access the service that they're meant to provide. And it's like, actually, no, someone along this process should feel shameful for denying people access to NHS services, but it should not be me for not being able to access them. Really, I don't know, there's something deeply wrong with the dentistry system in the UK. I mean, with the NHS full stop, because the Tories have literally defunded it for the last 15 years, but specifically dentistry.
Set of veneers costing $5,000.
See?
The treatment's going to take 2 4-hour
Luxury
sessions,
bones.
and Bernie will have to wear temporary moulds while the new veneers are being made.
Okay.
She'll be back on day 9 to get them fitted.
Okay. Oh, I remember that stuff. It's not fun, is it? To bite into all that glue. Right, oh, Nicky Clark,
It's
girls.
a brave woman who presents Nicky Clark with hair she's been cutting herself at home.
Well, it doesn't look bad. It's very layered. They've got the same hair. Look, he's like,
oh, it's very aging and you do look awful.
Don't look at my hair. Right, what they're going to do, please don't give her 14 layers of hair extensions. Do you remember when they did that on the last one?
Oh, God. Do you feel different?
I'm getting there.
Are these the temporaries? We haven't
This
seen them
is
yet.
interesting because this has definitely softened. And it's quite interesting the fact that it's not in any kind of pulled way, it's just purely softened. Because I've done something to your lips as well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm surprised actually because I would
See,
have thought they were all...
actually, I want to say that her lips there look really good. Why didn't they show this as like the after? I mean, I guess we're probably going to get like a reveal at the end of what she used to look like and what she looked like now, girls. This is a much more realistic look at what fillers look like when they settle. What is Nicky doing here? He's like, hello, gums.
I want your gum tissue.
Going to be really sort of...
It was for a couple of days.
Was it?
Yeah. And then suddenly I just woke up.
And what's happened to the forehead? You haven't cut this fringe again, have you?
I haven't touched it. I wasn't
Bloody
there.
better not.
I wasn't there.
First, the colour needs to be sorted out.
Right, what we got? What we got? Honey blonde?
What would you say the colour is? The natural colour.
You're a dirty blonde.
A dirty blonde?
I like it.
No, you're like a medium blonde.
I'd rather be a dirty blonde.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's got a side. You know, no, there you are, no face.
An awful lot of English women had that sort of deep, mousy hair.
Deep mousy.
And very often what happens is they put sort of bleach in it to go lighter, but it ends up looking cheap and it looks suburban looking and
cheap and suburban? Oh, I love using the words like pedestrian as an insult or like suburban. Oh, you're just so suburban. You couldn't possibly pass judgment on that. You're just too suburban. The next time someone insults me, I'm just going to be like, well, at least I'm not cheap and suburban.
and not great. So what Patrick's doing is just
Patrick,
changing
is
the
everyone in the
emphasis, and I
show
think he's
called
putting 3
Patrick?
different
Patrick
tones
and
in
Nicky.
there, so that it's a blonde, but it's not as kind of obvious looking. It's just not that kind of one flat colour. It just becomes a multi-textured set of colours.
So tell me, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm 45.
Yeah, wait. Sorry.
How are you?
I'm 45.
They're the same age.
You know, when I've got my makeup on, it's going to be stunning, isn't it? And my new teeth.
Oh, look at that young twink.
Have you ever had any of those needles?
I haven't. No.
Would you ever?
Probably won't be long.
But I think that's
Next, it's makeup artist Louise Constad, who since she laid eyes on Bernie has been aching to do one thing.
It's time to pluck your eyebrows.
Oh. Okay. I've got to tell you something first of all.
Come on, tell me.
Louise. There's a reason why they're like this. And I'm absolutely terrified of plucking. Now, the past week, I don't know how many needles I've had all over my face, inside my mouth and everything. Doesn't bother me at all. But you put one tweezer and pluck it.
Now let's have a look. You can normally tell people's age by how long their eyebrows are. So cutting them shorter is actually going to make you look younger.
A little trim on the eyebrows,
I just want
yes,
to cut
absolutely.
these.
Into shape, yes. Not unusual, yes.
The more you tense up, the more it is going to hurt. I want you to suffer
She did just
slowly.
say, I don't want this done, so why are you doing that? You could easily just use a slight razor to, like, razor them into place. I don't know about all this. Tweezing's not for everyone. I don't like this woman.
Louise's trick is to grasp each hair as near to the root as possible and pull firmly. It's less painful that way.
But that's just
so she
tweezing.
says.
Okay, I'm not sure about this.
What an amazing difference.
It is. I mean, look at the difference in space. I know we'd already taken some away from here.
I actually think she looks older now. Oh, I think she looks older right now. I do not think she looks younger just yet. Okay, trust the process. I mean, I paint like a showgirl, and I should know to trust the process, because you kind of look a bit wacky. Carol does it again, girls, before you pull it all together at the end.
Before, it was right down here.
Right.
But already just having that groomed
What is this
eyebrow.
sallow lighting?
Just
Everyone
opens the
looks
eye.
like
I
ochre.
can see that now.
But also
Definitely.
having them trimmed as well, the way it's made a difference.
I do
It's so
think
much
the
more
trimming
feminine.
has made a difference.
You've got to do the other side now, haven't you?
I have.
See, I feel like a lifted tail would do wonders. But this is before the time of lifted tails. I'm sorry! What's she doing with that Q-tip? What's she doing here? What is this? Right, okay, yes, in with the brush. Yes.
I'm just lining Bernie's eyelid.
Is that what you call it?
And doing this line.
That
is an eyelid.
That looks so unhygienic. Celebrity makeup artist.
And doing this line is going to make her lashes look longer. I'm also blending it in so you don't see the start and you don't see the finish, so it's much softer. The darkness really opens the eye up.
Great, let's have a look what we've done.
Oh, here she is,
we're
girl.
halfway through.
So we've plucked some eyebrows.
Some.
A lot.
407.
407, okay. I think our eyebrows need to go smaller. I think they're still too big.
Eyebrows are coming back in fashion, so I can fight with you on that one. Yeah, maybe you've forgotten how they were before. It was two horses running across the face.
I just feel that it's just a little bit bushy, just in the corners there. That's all.
I think you should keep to clothes and I'll keep to the makeup.
And they had a fight to the death. Electric chair. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it when two of the, like, worst people you've ever met are, like, bickering? Don't you just love that? There's drama, but they're between the worst people you've ever seen. So it's like, I wonder how that's going to turn out. I love it so much. Right, back at the
Day 9,
hacienda.
and Bernie's back in the chair to have those veneers fitted.
Okay, right. A bonding glue. Thank you, eyelash glue. Oh, what's that? A hairdryer. Oh, dear. Oh, it's a UV lamp.
Bernie's new look has not only given her something to smile about, but something to smile with.
Oh, God.
Right, here we go.
They look great.
The reveal.
They're fantastic.
They look a bit big, perhaps. Oh, here we go.
Day 10. With just a few
Daytime
hours to go
tweed.
before Bernie's unleashed onto the public, the experts are back
Unleashed?
for a few final tweaks.
Right, here we go. Okay. Right. Oh no, she's dressed her like her.
Like that.
For a meager $7.5 grand, Bernie looks like $1 million. But what will she
$7.5
think?
grand?
Oh, my Lord.
She has.
Can you believe
He
it?
has basically given her his hairstyle.
That was actually me 20 years ago. Not 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
20.
I had to look posh like you.
Yeah, Nicky's just dressed her as herself. I think that this is kind of aging in a very strange way. I don't think this woman looks 45. 10 years older than me? No. I guess maybe, though, this was also a product of its time. People back in, like, the 2000s just looked a lot older than they do now, I think.
I wish.
I think it's short hair, you
That's
know.
for sure. You look fantastic.
Hair's
Absolutely gorgeous.
I think you're ready.
I mean, she does look nice.
To be taken out.
She's very EastEnders.
And exposed to the world outside.
Exposed.
Are you ready? You ready to go and show them?
No, stay there.
A
Oh, no,
restyle
not
and a full
Beyonce.
head of highlights have
Right,
banished
here we go.
Bernie's bad hair days.
Banished.
Her tired skin and shrunken lips have been rejuvenated with Botox and fillers. Good makeup has added polish and definition to the face.
Okay. I wouldn't say this woman's 45, though, would you? Maybe I'm terrible at guessing ages, too. I really like the lips. I really like the lips. And you know what? The makeup is not terrible. It's a lot. And she's used some interesting choices. Like, for example, across the jawline here, she's decided to put bronzer rather than a contour. But, you know, what do I know? Only 16 years in the biz.
She's been shown how to shake up her wardrobe and make
Shake
the
it up,
most
girl.
of her fabulous figure. And it's all taken just 10 days.
Say something, Belt.
At last,
Crazy right
Bernie's let loose
now,
on the
love. Got me
streets of
looking so
London.
good, right, Gats?
50.
50?
I'd say she's 49.
Oh.
41?
41?
41,
How else old do you think Bernie is?
I think probably 38.
And why do you say that?
38? 3 years older than me, I don't think.
I would say she's got beautiful skin, very nice, stylish haircut. I think.
Oh, she's being lovely.
She's got youthful appearance.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so
that's really
much.
nice. I can't have all this
think you're
copyright
younger
music.
than I am. For 40.
40. Oh my gosh, should we look at that price? 2-course lunch for £8 in a major city.
The moment of truth.
30.
Let the people decide. Has she lost 10 years
Right,
in 10
has she
days?
lost, girls? Has she lost
Bernie,
it? Where's
10
it gone?
days ago, the poll said you look 51. We've just done another poll. And we have taken 9 years.
9!
9 years.
Amazing.
You are now 42. And
Oh,
that is
you're
almost
42.
a year for every day. Isn't that fantastic?
Made up.
Yeah.
Completely made up.
Britich.
Everybody's telling me how lovely I look, so the look is down to you.
Okay,
It's
all right.
official then. 45-year-old Bernie, who 10 days ago looked 51, now looks 42. Result.
Oh, well, that's the end, girls. Okay, that's the end. All right. Well, I've definitely got some thoughts about this, my loves. A slightly shorter episode here on the Chanel. However, I am going to say this TV show is very much a product of its time. I find the concept of like shame TV quite distasteful. This isn't anywhere near as bad as some of the like diet and exercise shows that we've seen here. I am going to say though, it was kind of nice to see that little bit of feistiness between Bernie and Nicky when she was like, I just don't want to dress like how you're dressing me. I don't want it. I love that so much. These people that come into these sorts of shows and make themselves out to be the expert in the situation, Trinny and Susanna, Nicky Hambleton Jones, pop to mind, they are self-appointed. Back in the day, they used to get like a column for a newspaper or something and be called style gurus. They just sort of made up things and said it out loud and were like, well, this is what we're gonna do now, blah, blah, blah. And then they would just get money and become TV stars. Very, very easy back in the day. A bit like, you know, like in the 1700s where medicine had sort of no rhyme or reason, really. It was very like leeches. Anyone could just be like, I'm a doctor now, so let's go and put leeches on you. It was also particularly enjoyable to see the makeup artist and Nicky kind of have that moment of like, you stick to your side, I'll stick to mine, I hate you. But I will say, I'm not sure if I really liked that makeup artistry woman in the slightest. I know in the later seasons, she was changed out. I think she was changed out for Lisa Eldridge, who actually is like a stunning woman on the go who knows what she's talking about. The nicest person on this show, I actually think, was Nikki Clark, the hairdresser. Who knew, my loves? Who knew? Well, let me know what you think about what we've seen in today's episode of 10 Years Younger Girl in the comments box below. I'm very interested because I'm sure you've got a lot of opinions, as have I. And with that, my lovelies, it's time for the Patreons. You can see yourself scrolling past on the screen right here. Yes, you can. Today's Instagram shout out goes to Emily Orr. Thank you so much for following me over on Instagram, you stunning woman on the go. And if you want to be in with a chance of being featured in my next video's Instagram shout out, make sure you follow me over on Instagram. I post my fashion and travel content over there. It is xxluxeria. Yes. And once again, I want to say a massive thank you to my top tier Patreons. Alex Ewart Official, Orkos Samoji, Ari Adia X, Becky Johnson, Beebles32, Cameron Pittman, Shell Herman, Christina Kyle, ContraPoints, Elizabeth Stone, Emily Worsham, Eric Castillo, Finch Dunham, Hannah Ruth, Jen Martin, Caitlin Wright, Larissa Says Relax, Leanne Jones, Les Banana, Min Min TM, Mariah Sherman, Miss Kiss, Novembrix, Paula Rivera, Ryan Loves Rory, Steffutech, Taylor Martin, and Vicky Walsh. And you know what, my loves? I think I'm going to leave it on the notes of, if some self-appointed expert comes up to you and is like, oh, it's just awful, isn't it? That's all really awful. Yeah, I don't like that. Feel free to stand your ground. I love to see it. And with that, my loves, I'll see you in the next one. Yes.